John Lyon.
Hey! Hey!
I was not expecting that.
Hi, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us on Mac TV today. I just heard a voice that we're not going to be hearing much longer here. John Gabriel was leading us in our Mortgage Alliance, and the end of this month, another week, John's going to be out in BC. Makes me very, very sad. John's been here since the very first year that we started, and so it's going to be a shame to see him go. You're going to be going out to BC. You're going to be brokering out in BC, though, right? I understand? All right, that's awesome. That's awesome, John. Thanks. Anyway, joining me today is Eric Chamlot. Eric's the VP of Mortgage Solutions and Lender Relations for M3. Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Eric's going to talk to us about personal loans, the wonderful new program that we've got out. It's a whole panel of lenders that are doing personal loans. We're really excited about it. Before we get to Eric, a couple of things we want to talk about. First of all, I really enjoyed last week. Got a chance to go out and meet our top brokers at our ambassador dinners all across the country. Absolutely phenomenal. I just want to tell you, you guys, you're the reason that we work so hard. I love the relationships, love the people, I love the energy. Just makes me feel great. And I wanted to thank you very much for being a part of that. I want to talk about something that's going to be really critical to our organization over the next number of years, and that's our new Simple Insure program. There's going to be changes to that program starting in October 1st that I think you're going to be very, very excited about as a broker, as far as the coverage is concerned, as far as the premiums are concerned, to reflect smokers and non-smokers. Top-up coverages are available, and we're also going to be augmenting the creditor life insurance with a home and auto program. Now, we know for somebody to get a mortgage, they're going to need home insurance. And we know generally, insurance companies, if you bundle home and auto, you generally get a better rate. We're going to provide a referral to our Simple Insure company, and the company is going to provide a really great quote for the customers. It's going to happen, and it should happen on every single file, because they're going to need it anyway. But just as important is the fact that every single one of your customers should be offered creditor life insurance. Now, I know a lot of our brokers don't like to sell insurance because we don't know anything about insurance, but let me tell you, at some point during your career as a mortgage professional, one of your customers is going to pass away. If it happens to be a young couple and you're not the one that, or you're the one that didn't sell them insurance, I'm going to get the call from the lawyer about why we didn't sell insurance or why we didn't offer insurance. So offering creditor life insurance has to be part of your business, just like taking a really clean mortgage application. And whether we understand this today, or we understand it in 6 months, or we understand it in a year, we really need to make it part of our practice, just like we have errors and omissions insurance. And now we can all say, hey, you know what? Creditor life insurance is an expensive product, there's better products, blah, 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 blah. You know what? You're absolutely right. I don't really care. The fact is, most Canadians don't have enough insurance, and you sell them creditor life insurance while they're in your hands. And if they decide they want to go to an insurance professional and get a full counseling and create a program just for them, let them go ahead and do it. But while they're in your hands, make sure you're doing the best that you can possibly do for them. You're going to be finding out all about that. We're launching it next week. Okay? Really excited. The other thing I'm really excited about is a loyalty program that we started a little while ago. It's called For Me. And it's going out on every single transaction. It's absolutely free to you, the agent. Oh, what's that? Hey, we got a little noise going on in here, but it's okay. The For Me program is absolutely free to you, the broker, and what it does is it offers discounts, incentives for your customers in their local marketplace on all sorts of things. It's simply an additional added value that people get for dealing with you as their broker. And believe me, I mean, one of the things that we're constantly searching for is differentiators in our space, things that we can offer customers that make us a little bit different than everybody else. And as far as the For Me program is concerned, we're the ones that are paying for it. The email went out to every single one of us. Make sure you sign up yourself and you see what's available for you locally, because that's what your customers are going to be getting. The other part of this program is the fact that we're going back 3 years in the database and offering it just as an offer to anybody that you've dealt with for the past 3 years. I think it's really cool. Hopefully, it'll spark some recognition in your customer. One of the things I always find in this business is the fact that anytime somebody deals with a mortgage professional, it's great. I mean, like we're the good time people. Brokers do a good job counseling their customers. It's the advice that they give them at the time. Everybody's happy with it.
And they get the dream house.
Right, and they get the dream house. We're the good time guys, right? Within 3-5 years, next time it comes, they can't remember the name of their broker. In the majority of the cases, and it's because we don't stay top of mind. And what things like the For Me program and a couple of the things that we're going to talk about is just that extra touch to keep you as the broker top of mind. It's probably the most important thing that we can do as a professional intermediary is to stay top of mind with our customers. And as a mortgage professional, that's the biggest opportunity that we have. I mean, we get them first. We do a great job, especially with first-time buyers, and then our percentage just drops off with repeats because people don't remember their broker. Because we're too busy going out and getting new people rather than having systems in place that keep us top of mind with our old people. So anything that does that, I'm really excited about, and the For Me program is a really, really great foundation, and it's already started for us. It's going to be starting with our customers in the next couple of weeks. And as addition to the For Me program, we talked about automated communications and automated touches being very, very important. We're starting a complete electronic version of our Impact program. And our Impact program has been incredibly successful for us in generating repeat and referral business. We were charging, I think, $75 a file for a 5-year follow-up program, or you could pay up to $125 for like a premium package with all this stuff. We're creating a digital version. Yeah, you know what? It may or may not cannibalize the existing hard copy program that we have. But what's important for us is the fact that everybody stay in touch with their customers on a regular basis. So just like the For Me program, the new Impact program is going to allow you to stay top of mind with your customer. We're really excited about it. And we're even more excited about it in the first communication that's part of that electronic Impact program is a customer survey that we're going to be doing. Now, we've talked about this for a number of years. And a few years ago, we actually had a consumer survey. It was a hard copy. People had to print it off and then mail it in to us. And it was great. And there was recognition because of the customer service. But we're digitizing the process. So on every transaction, link's going to go out to your customer. They'll rate your broker. Very simple, just a few questions. All the information is going to come back to you. And this is going to allow you to promote customer service as a differentiator. If we look at the environment that we're in right now, people look at reviews and ratings. Whether you're buying a chair, a sofa, office furniture, whether you're looking for a new doctor, you're looking for a new dentist. You know there's websites that rate doctors in Canada? Websites that rate lawyers in Canada? As a mortgage professional, as a professional intermediary, we need to start paying attention to things like this. Maybe it's not the most prevalent thing right now, but I think all of us see it in our daily life. But in the next few years, it's going to be really important, and we need to start capitalizing on these trends now. So we're going to find a way for our mortgage professionals to use customer service as a differentiator within a measured environment. So you're going to get the results back. You can promote it on your website. You can promote it on your social media. We think it's really exciting, and I think it's one of those things, again, that gives us a leadership in the digital space by providing resources that allow our brokers to use service as a real differentiator, and we're really excited about it. And we're going to back that up with recognition, Trip for Two, exotic destination, with 100+ really happy mortgage professionals. If you've never been on an R&R trip, you need to find a way to win, and we're providing more ways to win with the customer service survey. Again, really excited. I think you guys have done a great job putting this together. We got to thank Yaz and Caitlin and Eric and everybody else at them three for putting things like this together for us. Just absolutely fantastic. Our first national direct draw is happening. Double your commissions. up to $5,000. I can't remember how many people that we've got that qualified, but we've got like the weekly winners plus all sorts of other folks. We're going to have one of the senior people at First National, Ben Kawa, Scott McKenzie, somebody like that do the draw in the next week or so. We're going to videotape the whole thing, and we'll find out who in our network has won the $5,000 for submitting deals directly on Boss to First National. Yay! So watch for communication, or if you're one of those folks who submitted deals directly, bug Yasmin to see what's going on. Okay? Thanks. So, hey, the reason we're here today, I'm very excited about this. It's a different way of looking at business.
So you up to my part now?
Yeah, you're up to your part. You're up to your part. Finally, right? Finally.
All interesting stuff.
My God, the guy talks a lot, doesn't he? When we look at our business, our jobs, we see our jobs as creating the best possible environment for a broker, right? Putting you in the best possible position to help you develop your business the way you want to develop your business. And in looking at personal loans, it's the same idea. How can we use this to best help our brokers? And Eric's worked on it for a number of months now, a year now?
Oh, yeah, a year. I've been working on this for a year. It's a great tie-in with what we do for mortgages. People got to remember that there's close to $1.5 billion in personal loans that are done each year in Canada. So whether the brokers are offering it or not, it's going on. So they might as well have that as part of their toolbox to help them maybe better service their clients, and eventually this financing could end up flipping back into a mortgage.
So why did we decide to go with three lenders?
Well, we did have a personal loan provider in the past. There was just one, and they ran into some challenges with funding wise, and so they sort of disappeared. And they're part of the better news that we're going to have, that I'll be telling you in a couple of minutes here. But as a safeguard, it's better to have more in case one would have to exit the market. But another more important reason, I guess, is to better service all types of clients that we might have. The three lenders that I'll be mentioning in a couple of minutes all have their own specific niches that they service so that the brokers can identify where they want to send their client, where there's a better match with what the client needs today.
So simply, how can a broker use the program? Before we talk about the lenders, like how can a broker use the program? We've got a panel of three lenders to help brokers do what?
Well, they can use the personal loans for a couple of different things. First off, if there's they want to improve clients' credit, so through time they can use a personal loan for someone who has low credit score. If they need to do some renovations on the home, and they can't because they're above an 80% LTV, they can't get a mortgage refinance, then the personal loan could be the solution. And even if they're just below the 80%, it could still not be enough refinancing available on the mortgage, so they can use the personal loan to do that. So, and obviously debt consolidation, and use that debt consolidation to improve the TDSR on the mortgage application could also help. I mean, the difference between having a monthly payment on the ratio versus having 3% of the outstanding could be an improvement on the ratio. So there's multiple ways, and I'm sure the brokers will figure out even more ways that they can use the personal loan.
Now, I want to tell you a little bit about Eric while he's talking about this stuff. He's a lender by background. He understands this stuff. Tell everybody what you used to do before.
Well, before I was with the family here, the M3 family, I was 16 years with Laurentian Bank, and I was in charge of all retail products. So I do know the ins and outs of all the products, especially mortgages and personal loans and all the lending products that are out there. So
he's a good guy to have on the team. So tell us a little bit about the three lenders. Like, who are they?
Okay, well, well, maybe some of the brokers out there have heard in the past months of a couple of those, because we had two pilot projects with two of them recently. So the three lenders are Borrowell, and then there's Fairstone And lastly, there's Lenful. Now, Lenful, just to touch on that, they were with us a year ago, and they did run into some hiccups on the funding side. But now it's all clear. They're now part of People's Trust, so they're much more solid.
The guys, when we were out in Vancouver, the team in Vancouver was asking me about that, and they were very happy to find that People's Trust was the owner now.
Well, I mean, now I think that they had good service and they had a good product, and it was just a shame that they sort of ran into those hiccups. Now all that is in the past, so I think it'll be very good going forward.
All right. Now I've got to ask you a question. Like, if somebody looks at the program from the outside without understanding, they may look at Fairstone and say, like, why the hell are the rates so high?
Yeah, well, Fairstone and everyone will be getting the personal loan program guide shortly, and they'll be able to go through the details of all the different products that they offer. They're generally like personal loan, secured or unsecured. What's particular about Fairstone is they are geared towards clients that cannot get financing from a bank. That is their niche market. So they will go to Beacon scores as low as 550. They will accept TDSR up to 75%. They will do loan to value up to 100% on the secured personal loan. So there's all kinds of stuff that they're doing that makes it very obvious that they're taking on a lot of risk, a lot more risk. But that's the segment they're catering to. So yes, the rates will be higher. It's all risk-based pricing, but the rates are fairly steep.
So what's the maximum loan amount with Fairstone, for example?
35,000. So I think it's 20,000 for the unsecured personal loan, and then it's 35,000 for the secured. All those details are going to be in the guide. So I encourage everyone to read through it. It's not a long read. There's maybe 5 or 6 pages, Yasmin. So it's a very easy read, and I encourage them to take a look at it.
Okay, good. One of the things that are really important for our brokers when they're dealing with the lenders is turnaround time. Brokers want answers. They want answers really, really quickly. So give us an idea what they can expect as far as turnaround time from Lenful, Borrowell, and Fairstone.
Turnaround times are a lot shorter than what we're seeing in the mortgage space, simply due to the nature of their products. Much easier to assess a client and extend the financing. So we're looking at 24 hours from the time. Well, there are two levels of service. So from the time the client submits his loan application to when he's going to get contacted by the personal loan provider is within 24 hours. From the time all the docs have been sent in to the provider, they could get their funding within another 24 hours. So, I mean, if a client is in need of some money fast, it is possible to get your money within 48 hours. So it's a very easy process. 2 of the lenders are strictly online. So Lenful and Borrowell are all done online. It's an easy referral process for the broker. And Fairstone is a slightly different. They have branches across Canada, and they service through the branches. So what happens is when the broker fills out the referral form, it's a web-based referral form, and you'll see all this in the guide. That will direct the referral and the contact of the client to the branch manager, and they will immediately within that day call the client up and start the process right away. So it's a very person-to-person approach for Fairstone, and for the other 2, it's obviously all web-based, so it's all done online. But it's a very quick approach as well, very light. Okay,
that's good. So we've got a niche value proposition to the customer from all these 3 companies. It's great. Good service, good turnaround. When the rubber hits the road, the broker's going to want to know, how do they know it's them when they send the referral, and how do they get paid?
All 3 have a tracking mechanism, and so the broker will be kept in the loop on where the status of the file is at every point in time, so that's not a problem. I don't want to dive into the details of that, but you'll find that in the guide. So that's not a problem. And the compensation, because there's a nice compensation, it ranges between 1 and 1.5% depending on the lender. You'll find all those details in the guide. Once again. And the payments will be made the 15th following the month where the loan was funded, with the exception of Barwell, who will wait for the first monthly payment to be made, and then the 15th of the month following that is when you'll get your compensation.
Awesome. That's great. That's cool. Very, very nice. A little bird told me this morning we've already got more than 200 brokers registered for the program. How does somebody register to get on?
It's really easy. We have it in the guide. There's a link, I think.
Yeah, there's a link and it's been sent already.
Yeah, so there's a link to register. They do have to register before they can actually send them in, but it's a really easy exercise. Just click on that URL link and you're registered.
Did you guys send them an email?
Yeah.
With the link?
Email with the link, and it's a guide also in Mac Studio.
Okay, we all know that none of you guys read the email, so... So how are we going to get them the link? No.
Mac Studio.
Mac Studio. So they can go to Mac Studio and register? Okay, that's awesome. So make sure you get registered, because you never know when something like this, you're going to come across the right customer.
And it's a really easy process. Just click on the URL link. It'll send whatever's necessary to register you, and that's it.
All right, good.
Ready to go.
I got one last question to ask you about the personal loans. And now I'm brokering the practice. I run into somebody who it might fit. How do I go ahead and send a referral?
Once again, it's a simple referral process.
I thought you were going to say it's in the guide.
It is in the guide. It is in the guide. But it's either an email or it's a simple referral process. Maybe I should point this out. It's not the same as for the mortgages. They're not filling out an application and sending it in for the client. The client, for the two web-based, need to send it in themselves. Fill out the application and send that in themselves. And for Fairstone, it's a referral web form. But they don't need to fill in the application. They don't need to collect any documents. It's a simple referral process. So it's for the brokers, it's very, very light. They don't need to do a whole lot.
Awesome. That's great.
Training sessions, there are two that are set up. One is this Thursday, the 27th at 12:30. And the next one is October 2nd at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Awesome.
There you go.
Yay. Good job. Thanks very much. Remember, if there's anything you need to know about the personal loans program, it's in the guide.
It's in the guide. Go see the guide.
All right. In closing, I just have one thing to say. No, actually, I never just have one thing to say. Okay. We got like $800 million in outstanding commissions. So somebody out there, you guys need to start sending your files in. Like, I know some of you made quite a bit of money this year, but still, you need to start sending your files in. I think Joe was telling me this morning we had like $800 million in outstanding commissions. So please send some files in.
If they don't need it,
I know. Make sure you're offering insurance to your customer, guys. I never like the word mandatory, because we're all entrepreneurs in this business. We're running our own business. But believe me, for risk protection and doing the right thing by your customer, make sure you offer them insurance. And because of the fact that they need home insurance anyway, just make it part of your process. For me, program is really, really exciting. If you want to take a look, find out more, all the information is in the Mac Studio, along with the guide for personal loans. Thank you. What's for your double your deal, the $5,000 winner? I'm excited about that. And make sure you expand your customer base. Not only do we want to stay in touch with people on a regular basis to make sure we get repeat and referral customers, we want to be able to deal with more needs of more customers to keep them away from our competition. And our competition's not DLC or Mortgage Architects, or our competition's the big red company and the big blue company and the big green company and the big whatever purpley red company, whatever that color is, burgundy company, and they're on every corner of every town all across the country. That's who our competition is. And if we think that we can over communicate to a customer, you can't. I've been a TD customer for a long time, and I get 4 pieces of mail from TD Bank every single month. And half the time they're trying to sell me something else. So if we as brokers think, sending, okay, we're going to communicate once or twice a month and it's too much, you're crazy. Right? We got to start competing on the level that the FIs work, right, for us to be successful.
Absolutely.
Right? So remember, first of all, I got to thank Eric for joining. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Remember, there's lenders, there's brokers, there's Mortgage Alliance. Mortgage Alliance is completely different, because we got people like Eric working on our team. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.